Hey there everybody, it's Kathy Champion and you're back with me in my craft room here at Random Acts of Stamping, Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Gastonia, North Carolina, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in today, and hopefully we're going to make something pretty. This is a little prototype card that I did, and I love the way these pansies turned out, and this comes from the set that is called Pansy Patch. Love, love, love the stamp set. I played with it quite a bit. I did some playing here with printing these out prior to actually doing it, because I always like to play with a stamp set before I commit. This also comes in a bundle with a set of dies called Pansy Dies. I would say save the 10% and get the dies. You will not regret it, because you can do so much with these dies. But this is one stamp set that I absolutely love as just a stamp set. Not only that, but if you pick up the paper, the Designer Series paper, and let me get this in here back where it belongs. This is the pack of paper. Now I keep mine in these Stampin' Storage vinyl sleeves. I love them because they keep your paper nice and neat. They open on both the top and the side, which makes it easy accessible. You have a tab up here if you wanted to print out a little tab to put the name of your paper there. I don't usually do it because I can look at it and tell what it is. But this is just gorgeous paper. Look at that. And then this piece right here, I cut off about a 2 1/4 inch strip, and then I took the 2 leaf dies that just cuts the shape of the die, and I cut out, oops, I dropped one. I cut out several of the leaves, and they're in, it looks like mint macaron, the soft succulent, and the evening evergreen. Is that it? Yeah, evening evergreen. I think this is the mint macaron, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what the colors say on the back of the pack. Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, Soft Sea Foam. So that's the soft sea foam. Soft Succulent, and Whisper White, or now Basic White. But I thought it was worth my while to cut these leaves out, and as you can see, I stamped out my pansies. I die cut this little holder here, and then I used some of these leaves that I had cut from my paper and used them on my card, and I love that look. This paper is succulent. That's all I can say. It is just, let's see if I can get back to where I was at. You have this piece, then you've got this, and then this is the back of that. And look at these. Now your dies will cut these out as well. So if you wanted to cut off a strip of this, you could cut out a whole bunch of pansies off of one strip of that. And I think it's just, it's gorgeous. I mean, simply gorgeous. Look at that. I am in love with this pack of paper. I can tell you, since this is going to be in our annual catalog, I'm going to definitely have to get another pack of this. Look at this. I love it. Love, love, love it. And then that's the back of that. So you have some of the gingham, and I love the gingham. So this paper pack is just adorable. So what we're going to do, we are going to actually use that same technique with the flashcards. If you notice, this is the same flashcard like I used on these 2 cards that we did yesterday. I think it'll be yesterday when I'm not actually sure how the videos will fall, but I know that this card went up on Tuesday, and I'm recording this hopefully for Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. But on the inside, I used another one of the new dies, and this comes in the scalloped contours. and I use that largest die, and it makes a beautiful mat for inside your card or on the outside of your card. It's just beautiful, and these come in all different shapes and sizes, and they go from the large, which is, and this one fits beautifully inside of an A2 size card, which is what this is, but they go all the way down to the smaller ones. So this is just a really neat die set. And you also have a little scallop here, and we're going to be using that too. Maybe not today, but fairly soon. But anyway, I thought for this one, I'm going to do my card base out of the soft succulent. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. We're going to have a lot of stamping to do. So I want to, because I want to show you how to use this Pansy stamp set. It is a bit of a learning curve. It was for me. So I had to play with it for a good little bit to get everything to coordinate the way I wanted it to do. But once you get it, you've got it. So I cut this at 8.5 by 5.5, scored it at 4 1/4, and we are going to crease that down. Let me grab my bone folder, and I am just going to crease this down really good, just like that. And let's see what else we're going to need. I think I want to do a piece of the Evergreen, the Evening Evergreen. And we're going to use that as our mat. I think it'll be pretty. And we're going to be playing into the colors of this, the leaves on our, I think what I'm going to do is play into these colors on the leaves. And I think that will give a nice backdrop. But I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller than we normally would because I want a lot of the soft succulent to kind of show. So I'm going to cut this at 3 3/4 by 5. And I think what I want to do is I want to take this through our emboss machine, our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we're going to use a retiring, this makes me so sad that they are retiring my subtle 3D embossing folder. And I'm sad because I love this embossing folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inside and I'm going to lay it right on that line. They did keep the textile, what is it called? Textured Textiles, I believe is the name of the other one. They did keep that one, but I'm still sad about this one. And I'm going to go ahead and prepare my machine. I'm going to bring my machine over so you can watch me. Here is the Big Daddy, and we have to use the big one for these larger, for any of the large embossing folders. I'm taking all my plates out except my #1 plate. So there is our #1 plate. And the only 2 plates you need to use anytime you have a 3D embossing folder is #1, your embossing folder with your cardstock in it, and then your #4 specialty plate. So lay that over top and then just crank it through. And I want you to look at how easy it is to crank this through. I mean, this goes through like butter. A little pop, but that's normal. And let's move this back over here. Get my other plates up. And I'm going to stick I keep this plate in my embossing folder box. And the reason for that is it's easy when I grab an embossing folder to grab the plate. And it's always where I need it. If that makes any sense at all. I like to keep things where they need to be. Now look at the texture on that. Isn't that gorgeous? So we're going to use that on here. Just like so. Oops, it looks like I got this a little crooked. I don't know how I did that. And that looks perfect. Very good, very good, very good. I'm still looking for that bone folder, y'all. There it is. I knew it was right here. It had to have been right here underneath. It slid up underneath my little carousel. I have a little tool caddy that's on a little carousel, like a Lazy Susan. And I keep all of my tools like bone folders and scissors and rulers and my little pick tools and things like that are always over there in that. Alright, so now we have this embossed piece that we are going to lay down right here, just like that. And then we have got to decide what color we want to use on top of this. I'm thinking that I don't want to do the black because I think the black is going to be too dark against that, even though we're going to use a piece of white on top of it. Yeah, so I think that's just a little bit too much. So let's look at our, I'm wondering if we could use a piece of our designer series paper. Maybe that gingham, where is the green one that we love so much? That would be pretty on there, wouldn't it? And then the white could fit over top of that. It would look like a picnic table. So I'm going to cut a piece of this that's going to measure maybe 3. I'm thinking maybe 3.5 by 4.5. Let's see how that would look. Let's do 3. Okay, so let's do a piece that is 3 inches by, let's see what this piece is. This is our flashcard. It's by 4. So we're going to do this by 4 1/4. I think I got some little fibers down in my trimmer. And I usually just take some sort of little picky tool and just go in here and clean that track out. And every now and then, no matter what kind of trimmer you have, you will have to clean that track out because it does build up little pieces of paper. So it doesn't hurt every now and then just to clean it out and tap it so that it will come out. Okay, so that can go there and this can go here. I think we're going to need to take a little bit off of that. Do I want to do it like that? That's really pretty too. I think I'm going to go with that. I like that, and it shows a little bit of the leaves poking out, and we're going to use some of those leaves. So, all right, let's grab a scrap piece of white, basic white cardstock. And I've got a piece right here, and we are going to stamp pansies. So I am going to pull over my stamp set, and this is our new way of putting in our photopolymer stamp sets. They come in the case in the between the plastic sheets, but it also has each one of the images is printed on the paper that's behind your stamp case, which is this piece right here. These do come out. So it's printed on there like that, and what makes it so nice is you can actually put your stamps down on the plastic case, and you don't have to worry about fighting with that plastic sheet, getting them on and off. This works like a charm. And this goes back in really nice like that. Just a wonderful way to keep your stamps. So I need to decide what inks I want to use on here. And I'm thinking I want to do the Fresh Freesia and maybe the Highland Heather. And I think I want to do the Rich Razzleberry. So those are going to be my 3 inks. And the Daffodil Delight. There's our Daffodil Delight. So these are going to be our 4 inks that we're going to use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up here for right now. And I'm going to show you how the best way I found to stamp these images. Now I'm going to be working with the smaller daffodil. So this is going to be a background color. So I'm going to take that one. This is your detailed stamp. And I'm going to put it right, let's see, right here. Then we're going to use this little tiny speck that is going to be the middle, our little yellow piece. And I'm going to go ahead, so I don't lose that, I'm going to pick it up on my tiniest stamp block. And I'm going to pick one of these up on this block and this one on this block. It helps if you already have your stamps out and ready to stamp. It just makes it a lot easier. We also need a stamp block for this one, and I think what I'm going to do is put this one on this one, and then I'm going to put this one on here. Didn't think it through too well, did I? There we go. So now we've got 4 stamps and we've got 4 colors of ink. So let's start out with our lightest ink first, and that's going to be that background. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to tell you what's even easier. I'm going to do the Highland Heather. That's what I want my detail done out of. So I'm going to ink this up, and I need my little Stampin' Pierce mat, because anytime you're dealing with photopolymer, you get a much better image if you use your Stampin' Pierce mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up there, and we are going to ink that up again, stamp it, very pretty, and I'm going to set my my Stampin' Chamois over here just so I can give my stamps a quick little wipe down in between. Then I'm going to go back to that fresh Freesia, and I'm going to do the one that's more the solid stamp. But this is where we're going to need a piece of scrap paper. So I'm going to bring this over so that I can stamp this off and then stamp it on. See how nice and soft that does? It just gives it a beautiful color, but you want to make sure you're doing 2nd generation stamping on that one. So I'm going to sit this over here, and then I want to do my yellow. So I'm going to leave these ink pads open just for the sake of not having to open and close and open and close. So I'm going to put that Rich Razzle berry right there and my Daffodil Delight right here. And if you notice, this looks like a triangle, so make sure you look at your piece and get that top long line at the top so that when you bring it in, you are getting that right in the middle, just like that. That will make a difference in the way your image looks in the long run. Now this is our cute little, I guess it's like a stamen almost, but I am going to do this in the Rich Razzleberry, and I am going to stamp this just like this, and you want that little yellow thing in the middle to show through like that. Isn't that pretty? And this just gives you a beautiful, beautiful showing of a pansy. I love the purple pansies. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Now we're going to do one where we're going to do it the opposite. We are going to use that Freesia, fresh Freesia first. And I'm not going to stamp this one off this time. I'm just going to stamp it straight down because it is a nice pale color, just like that. And then I'm going to grab my outline, and we're going to do this one in Highland Heather. And I'm going to line this up as best I can and stamp that down. Now see the difference? You do get a difference in the variation of color by doing it that way. Now I'm going to use my little yellow, and I'm going to stamp that right in the middle, just like that. And then we're going to come back with this little, I think it looks like eyes and a mustache. I just think it looks like bushy eyebrows, but I love it. I think it's so cute. And this is what gives pansies their definite personality. Now you see the difference in those colors, but I'm also going to do one and show you what it looks like in the pinks. So I'm going to keep my Rich Razzleberry and my Daffodil Delight, but I'm going to switch these two out for the polished pink. And this is another one of our in colors, and it is gorgeous. Now this time I'm going to use full on detail. We're going to stamp that down. And then we're going to use, let me wipe that one off. Then we're going to use this one in the polished pink also, but we're going to stamp it off. And then we're going to stamp it on. Isn't that gorgeous? Just a nice soft pink to that just makes it yummy. Yellow, or Daffodil Delight, right in the middle. And then Rich Razzleberry for our little bushy eyes and mustache. And how pretty is that? Now these are all three gorgeous, but I think I'm going to use this one and this one. This one to me looks muddled, so I don't care for that one. So I'm going to cut out this one, and I think I'm going to do one more in this combination. Or do I want to do it in the, yeah, we're going to do one more in this other combination. So I'm going to put that ink up, and we're going to do the Highland Heather first, using the detail. Make sure it's clean. And we are going to put it down right here. Very pretty. Then we're going to come back in with our fresh Freesia, and we're going to come over and stamp it off, and then stamp it on. Oh, that's so pretty. I just love that fresh Freesia. It is that and that polished pink. Oh my word. Those are two beautiful in colors. So now into my yellow. Daffodil Delight. Such a pretty yellow. Right there in the middle. And then our Rich Razzleberry. And line it up. Stamp it down. And we're good to go. Now we have three very pretty images that we can die cut. So this is what we're going to do. I am going to grab my dies. Let me get some of this paper and stuff out of my way. And let's go ahead and put these ink pads up. I have my fan on in my room. My youngest daughter's husband made me the most beautiful punch holder, and I am thrilled. He handmade it. I gave him the dimensions of my punches, and he made me one that will hold, I think it's like 60 some punches. I was thrilled to get that in my craft room, but he put a polyurethane coating on it. So I've been letting my fan run even if I was chilly, so that I could try to get some of the polyurethane smell out of my room. Anyone that that knows me knows that I just absolutely have a hard time with odors. And because of that, we only have one of these, so we're going to have to cut this 3 times. So I'm not even going to bring the machine over. I'm going to do it right over here. And check my phone. I'm not sure if my husband, I would take it that he's working over since he hasn't gotten home yet. Give me just a second and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry for the interruption. I'm going to go ahead and die cut these really quick. And I'm going to do that just by laying them out onto my cut plate. And it's really important when you're die cutting to make sure you don't see any white around the outside edge of your image. And I like to use these little post-it flags, and I just stick it down like that, put it onto my base plate and cut plate, put a number 3 plate over top of it, which is another cut plate, and then crank it through. Now that's the first one cut, and all I'm going to do is raise this up like that and move this over, and then I'm going to adhere this down just like we just did, making sure it always helps if I can get my head over it. Seems like if I don't have my head over top of what I'm doing, I'm always a little bit off, a little wonky, but that right there looks really good, so we're going to go with that. And crank it through. And bring it back. Lift it up. Just like that. And then remember, we're not cutting that one, so now we're going to cut this one. So again, I'm going to get that lined up just so, like that. And cut this one out. While we're die cutting, we're also going to go ahead and cut out a stem out of the, I think we're going to do it out of the soft succulent. There's my 3 pansies. So I'm going to lay that out of the way. I'm going to keep that right there. And I want this little stem right here. And the question is, do I want to do it out of the soft succulent? And I do. I have a scrap piece right here, so I'm going to do 1 stem. And it's probably stuck in there. It is, and that's all you have to do is drop your dies, and they usually come right out. So now we need to bring this over, and I think what I want to do is I want my pink one to be attached maybe right there. So what I'm going to do is take just a tiny bit of liquid glue, and I'm going to come down right about here, and I'm just tapping a little bit of glue there because you don't want too much. And I'm going to sit that down right about there, just like that. And now I'm going to bring my card back over, and I think what I want to do is I want to put, let's work on this white piece, and then we'll put everything together after we get it like we want it. So I think I want everything popped up. So I'm going to turn these over like that and grab some dimensionals. And I think probably 2 on each one of these. Will work really well. And 2 on this one. Just like that. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool and I'm just going to lift these off. And now we're going to decide how we want to put these down. So I'm going to put one down here and one over here. And then I want this one kind of hanging between the two, like that. Isn't that cute? Now we're going to take some of these flowers, and I want to get the dark ones and the soft succulent. And let's see. Like this. I think we're going to do one right there. And maybe one here, and maybe one right about, I don't know if I like that one there. Maybe one right there. That looks cute, kind of tucked under there. It looks very natural. So I'm going to take liquid glue and I'm just going to put a little bit across the top. And then slide it under. Then I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool just to make sure that that glue is getting down in there. And this one's going to go under here, like that. So again, a little glue right there. And slide that under. And then the same thing with this one, just a tiny bit of glue across that top and slide it right there. Now for the sentiment on this one, I want to do something a little bit different, and I think I want to do it in that soft succulent. And I think I need to trim this down about 1/4 of an inch. So we're going to trim our little mat down 1/4 of an inch, which is going to make this at 2 3/4. So just slice it down like that. And now we're going to see how this looks on here. And then that one there. And then all of it on here. So before I start gluing anything down, I want to go ahead and stamp a sentiment. So let's grab that stamp set and see, do we have room for a little hello from me to you? I don't think so. Yeah, see, that's not going to work. So we'll regroup. We could always make this a happy birthday. But y'all know me, I'm always needing thank you cards, so I'm going to make it a thank you card. Thank you will fit right there beautifully. And I'm going to pull this off. Maybe I need one a little bit bigger. This will work. I want to get that nice and straight. And I think I'm going to ink this one up in the soft succulent. It's a beautiful shade of green. I love it. So I'm going to use my little piece of grid paper here. just to make sure that I'm getting a decent image, and that looks pretty good. Let's pull this out because we know we need that cushioning anytime that we're dealing with our photopolymer stamps. So we'll ink it up again really good, and then I'm going to come right here and stamp. Love it. Love, love, love it. You know, there is nothing more exciting for demonstrators and customers alike than to get new product in and work with it and make it come to life. Oh, it's always so thrilling every time that you get something new like this. Now I want to go ahead and put some embellishments on here, and I think what I want to use is, oh, what did I do with those? What did I do with my new ones? Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Oh, here they are. I know that what I want to use on here did not come with this, but I want a bumblebee on this card. These actually went with, maybe it was this one. Maybe it was this one the bumblebees went with. But look at these beautiful little bumblebees. Oh, they are so stinking cute. And you know I'm going to put these down with a glue dot. But we're going to also put some other embellishments on here as well. But I am going to take just one glue dot and press it onto that. And then I think I'm going to have my bumblebee going right there. Ah, so stinking cute. I love it. Okay, what else do we need? I want to look at these gems. Are the new in color gems, and I'm here to tell you they are stunning. Look at that. Let me take them out of the package so that the cellophane wrapper is not catching the light, and you'll see just how gorgeous these gems are. I'm going to leave them on the card because I want you to see the beauty of them. Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? They catch the light so pretty. So I need to decide what color do I want on here. And I'm thinking I want that fresh freesia. So we have the polished pink, the pale papaya. This one would be the evergreen. That's the soft succulent, and that is the fresh freesia. So I am going to use a fresh freesia, and I'm going to put one right there. And why not one of these? There's nothing that says we can't mix them. Isn't that pretty? You know the old cliche, my craft room, my rules. So I wanted to use them like that, so that's what I did. All right, now that piece is ready to go down onto this piece. So I am going to turn this over, and I think I'm going to use liquid glue on this because I got too much going on the front of this card, this little flash card. So I think I got a clump of my glue, and I did. So I'm going to just do this. Oh, come on. Why won't it come out? I think I'm almost out of glue, y'all. Oh, there it goes. Might have to grab another bottle. Alright, we're going to put that down right like that. Just like so. Very pretty. I love that. I think that is gorgeous. So now to make sure that I'm keeping everything nice and straight, I am going to try, let's see if we can get this glue to work. Oh yeah, I got glue coming out now. Probably too much. And on my work surface as well on my hand. You can't get it to work at all, and then the next thing you know, you got more coming out than what you could even imagine. Ah, so pretty. So, so pretty. Now we're going to put this down onto our card base. Now I am going to try using some press and seal. There I go again, y'all. I thought I was over that. Some Stampin' Seal plus and then we will put this right here, just like that. Now, since I did the little gold butterfly, I'm thinking I'm going to use some of the Simply Elegant trim. And I'm going to put just a tiny little bow over to one side using this beautiful trim. Is this not beautiful? It is stunning. So I'm going to do just a little bunny ear bow, just like so. And I'm going to pull my tails till I get it just like I want it. I think that is the way I want it. So I am going to grab my ribbon scissors. Where are you? I cleaned my caddy out, and I probably should not have done that, because now I can't find nothing up here. Here we go. So I'm going to trim this one off and this one. And then we're going to use a glue dot, and we're going to put that down right there. So glue dots. And again, I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I need to roll this. Just roll it up like that. And then I am going to stick this down right about here. And then we are going to stick this little knot right down into that. And there is our bow. And I pull that just a tiny bit tighter if I can get a hold of it. And there is our card. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the colors. The only thing I need to do now is just cut a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white and put on the inside, and I'm going to leave it blank for a note card. So I'm going to grab a piece of white. And I have got more going on here than I need to be going on. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I've just got way too much going on. So I'm going to grab this pair of scissors, and I'm just going to cut a place. I like to cut an edge, and then I put my little twine like this down into that. And it just keeps it from unraveling and keeps everything together. And I do like that. So I'm going to stick these back in here. And I'm working to get my trimmer up here on my work surface, if we can manage to do so. And then we're going to cut this piece to go on the inside, and we will call this card done. So I am going to cut this at 5 1/4. 4. And I love these little pansies. I think they are adorable. Now all I'm going to do, I'm not going to put this in yet because I may end up wanting to stamp something on this once I decide who's going to be the recipient of this card. But I'm going to zoom you in. So you can see just how beautiful that card turned out. I love that little bumblebee on it. I mean, it is just gorgeous. I love it. It's not to say that this one's not equally gorgeous. Believe me, I fell in love with this one from the get-go. But look at the difference. Pretty much the same card, just done a little different. So again, I think these cards, both of them turned out gorgeous. I hope that you enjoyed the process of watching me make these. And if you want to pick up any of the supplies, please note that the Pansy Dies and the Pansy, what was the name of the stamp set? Pansy Patch. Those will not be available in the store for you to pick up. Neither will the in colors, the fresh Freesia, the inks, the cardstock, the evening evergreen. None of those will be available until May the 4th. Make your shopping list now and be ready come May 4th, because I got a feeling that a lot of these items are going to sell out really fast. So if you are interested in any of these items, you want to be ready to shop first thing May the 4th, which will fall on a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it'll be a Tuesday, 2 weeks from today. Am I correct? I believe that's right. Not very long, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to get my hands on some of the other new products. We were limited as demonstrators. Anytime the new catalogs come out, the demonstrators are allowed to pre-order a certain flyer of products. It's not anything that you want out of the catalog. We're limited. So there are some other things that I cannot wait to get my hands on. I have been drooling over them since I got the catalog. Also, any of you that were on my mailing list for a catalog, please send me an email and let me know if you got the catalog. Also, before I go, here's my host code. Spend $50 before shipping and tax, and you will get a free gift from me along with the thank you card. Any purchase using this host code will put you in the drawing for the Punch Party stamp set, and I will draw for that the 1st of May. And anybody that ordered from me, your gifts will be mailed out. And we'll try to get all that done before the new catalog launches on the 4th. So it's going to be a busy time for me for the next little bit. But I am so excited. I can't wait to get all the new products. And also, if you are interested in joining my team is called the Inky Chicks, and we would love for you to be an Inky Chick with us. So if you're interested in signing up, you get to pick, and I'll tell you the best time to do that would be right now, especially if you've got a shopping list. You can get $125 worth of product, and you can get all of that for $99 with free shipping. So all you pay is $99 and your sales tax on $99, and that will come to you free of shipping. And once you get your kit, you have 3 months. You can drop out if you don't meet your quota, which is $300 per quarter. So you have that length of time to purchase, and what it amounts to, you need to spend about $100 a month, and that's usually not hard for us to do. Or if you have people that you know that might enjoy buying Stampin' Up! Products from you, sell to them and buy from yourself, and it's a great way. And if you have been wanting the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, this is a great way to get it for $99 rather than the $120. Plus you have $5 left over you can pick up the Stampin' Pierce mat and you have used up your entire $125. Stampin' Up! Does not allow us to carry over, so it has to come to exactly $125, and I have figured out for several people that that's how you can get that to work. You can get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It comes with everything you need to get started, and you can get the Stampin' Pierce mat because it's $5. That's your $125 and you're good to go. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and I thank you for tuning in with me once again here at Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. And be sure to ring that bell. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That way you'll get notified every time I put up a new video. And I do try my best. I was missing in action for the last 3 or 4 days because I took a little trip to Virginia to celebrate my little 5-year-old granddaughter's birthday, and I loved every minute of it. I got to spoil her rotten, and I think she spoiled me rotten. So I had so much fun with her, and I did post some pictures on Facebook, and it was just the best time ever. And thank y'all for being patient with me during that time while I was celebrating with her. And I got so many ideas floating around in my head. I can't wait to put them all to paper and bring them to you. God bless you. God keep you safe. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy of our praise and our honor. He's worthy of our life. So think about committing your life to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He is the way, the truth, and the life. So until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Love you all. Bye-bye.